Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over.
Marie,
You
ready to make some cookies?
Yeah. Of everything but you. These are the good times with you.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna be walking you through in the next couple of days how to make gingerbread houses completely from scratch. We've been doing this for probably 6 or 7 years. This is another one of our annual Christmas traditions. And as often as we can, we like to do it with friends. So today I'm gonna be making the dough. Ideally, I would have done this yesterday, but yesterday kind of got behind me. So I'm gonna make the dough, chill it, bake, and assemble the gingerbread houses today. Definitely a multi-step process. You really want to make sure that you get your gingerbread houses assembled the day before you decorate though, because you don't want them falling apart. So I'm going to walk you through that whole first part. And so if you want to try making your own gingerbread houses from scratch, this is going to help you out. And then tomorrow I'm going to show you a little bit about our, I'll just bring you along on our gingerbread decorating party, share some tips. I do have a post on how to make a gingerbread party, gingerbread house decorating party a little bit easier, a little bit less messy, and just how to make it more enjoyable. I'll link that post down below. But for now, let's go ahead and make the dough. I've already assembled all of my ingredients. We're gonna double the recipe and then put it in the fridge, and we've got some errands to run. So let's just jump right in and get started. As always, if you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up. Josiah, are you ready to help? Are you eating sugar? Yeah? You only like the sugar. Well, let's not put your hands in the sugar bowl. Okay, so this recipe, before I just start mixing it up, I'll just say that it makes amazing gingerbread. So not only are we going to cut it out, and I have these handy dandy little gingerbread, house cutters. It makes it a lot easier. But we're also gonna make some cookies. So we have cookie cutters. There's a dog and a girl. We have lots of different ones because we definitely wanna have some cookies to eat too, because this makes really, really yummy dough. And it'll make your house smell amazing because, like I said, the dough is so delicious and fragrant. Okay, so the first step is, we're not doing that yet, Jojo. Can you help me peel the butter?
Yeah.
Put all the butter in here.
Hey.
Yep. The first step is just to cream the butter and the sugar, and the recipe calls for granulated sugar and brown sugar, but instead of brown sugar, I'm going to be using coconut sugar.
Yeah.
You could also easily make your own brown sugar just with regular granulated sugar and molasses.
That will be my one.
All right. Okay, where's our sugar? We need 1 cup of sugar.
Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree, and I've lit my house with Christmas lights. So you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up.
I don't know where it is.
These are the good times.
Molly, do you want to do this part?
Is this safe to eat, Mommy? Did I turn it off? Okay. Yeah, don't turn off the light.
Da, 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 making our Christmas memories. Yes, these are the good times with you. Don't even care what we do if I spend it with you.
Mr. Pig!
It's over, we see you again. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hanging by the fire chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, yeah. I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss.
Okay, so we got the dough done. I need to clean up, but really it wasn't very difficult. I divided it up into 6 portions, wrapped them in plastic wrap, and these are gonna go in the fridge to chill. You definitely want to give them at least 2 hours. 3 or 4 hours is definitely better before you start rolling them out. And the great thing about dividing them up into portions is that you can leave them all in the fridge except for the one that you are currently working on. So that's what I'm gonna do now, and then I'll pick up later and show you the process of rolling them out and cutting the pieces for the gingerbread houses. Okay, so I'm ready to roll out the dough and cut it and bake it. It is much later than I planned on doing this. It's now like 9 o'clock and I still need to bake everything and assemble the houses. So I planned on doing this, the actual baking part, earlier this afternoon and then assembling the houses tonight. Like I said earlier, the houses need to be assembled before tomorrow when we decorate them. But we had kind of like a surprise dinner guest and my errands took a little bit longer, and so that's just kind of the way life goes. So I have floured my countertop. I took out a couple portions of my dough so that it can kind of warm up a little bit, and I'm just gonna roll it out and cut it and bake everything at 350, let it cool, and then assemble all of our houses.
This in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset, it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
Here we go. All right.
Dance, dance,
Now this
dance,
Christmas,
dance.
we're gonna dance.
We're gonna
Okay.
dance, dance, dance,
Come on.
dance, We're gonna dance, dance, have a good time. Dance, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling, or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sanctuary. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
Okay guys, it's the morning of our gingerbread party and I've got everything set up. I'm so excited. I love having people over. I love having bunches of kids. I love the craziness, but I also really love being prepared. So I'm gonna show you what I did and kind of share some of my tips if you want to, like these are gonna work well for just anytime you have a bunch of kids over, but also some specific to gingerbread houses and making gingerbread houses. Let me tell you first about the actual gingerbread houses and constructing them last night. So here they are. I did show you the video of that. I did just wanna say that the first three were a lot easier because I followed the icing recipe. The second time I made the icing, I thought that it might be a little too dry, so I added extra water. But that actually made it a lot more difficult to assemble the houses. So make sure you follow the icing recipe as it's written, because that's gonna make it a lot easier for you to put your houses together. So the houses aren't perfect. I rarely go for perfect. The kids aren't gonna care. The main thing is that they're sturdy, and once everybody loads everything down with candy, nobody's gonna mind. So I think I already mentioned this, but we're gonna do 2 kids per house, and let me go ahead and turn the camera around and I'll show you the rest of my setup, and our guests should be arriving any minute. Okay, so the first thing I always do when we have a bunch of kids over is I use a disposable tablecloth. Now this one is a lot of fun. It's like a winter themed tablecloth. It has mazes and connect the dots and coloring things. So it's just gonna be a little interactive for the kids. I've got a tray of markers and crayons set out. I have all of our gingerbread houses. Now, in years past, I bought disposable paper platters. So they're bigger than paper plates. And I wish I had some, but I don't have any today. So we're just gonna have to be a little creative on how everybody takes their gingerbread houses home. But my tip is to go ahead, get disposable platters, because it'll be a lot easier to decorate and to have a place for your gingerbread house. I have a tray set out. My friends are bringing the candy, so I really don't have much set out yet. I did get some sprinkles, I've got some Cheerios and some candy canes here. And then I've just got extra bowls, and it'll be nice to have everything in bowls because it'll be easier for the kids to reach in and grab everything and also to pass it around. Now, also really important when you've got all this sugar on the table is to have some decent snacks. So just kid-friendly, I've got goldfish, raisins, peanuts, and pumpkin seeds. So it's gonna be really easy for them just to grab a handful and munch on them. And then I also just made some graham cracker and peanut butter sandwiches. So you've got a little bit of protein and hopefully fill their bellies with something other than sugar. So I put some in the, on both ends of the table, so that's helpful. Okay, speaking of sugar, I also have a little hot chocolate stand set up. So I just used my homemade hot chocolate mix and dumped the rest of it in here, poured in some water. I turned it on to saute so it got nice and hot, and now I'm just keeping it on warm. I've got some disposable insulated cups for everybody to use, a bowl of marshmallows, and a ladle. Another thing that's just really important, especially for this gingerbread house party, but really anytime you have people over, is to anticipate needs. So we're definitely gonna need wipes, and I think having wipes ready to go will just make it easier to clean up all those sticky fingers. Okay, so while we're talking about anticipating needs, I've got wipes, we've got food for bellies, we've got drinks. Of course, everybody is welcome to have water as well. As far as the adults, I think I'm just gonna offer to make ramen for anybody who wants it, because it's really easy, it's really yummy, and it'll just be a simple, quick fix for the adults to munch on if they get hungry. Another thing that I did is, and I usually do before we have any kind of party, is to turn on my diffuser. My last little tip before I do a couple last minute other things is you don't have to have a spotless house. My house is rarely, if ever, spotless, but having surfaces tidy is just gonna help, especially when you have a whole bunch of kids coming over or just a lot of people in general. If you can have your surfaces not to be cluttered, it's just gonna make you feel a lot less stressful, but it's also gonna make everybody a little bit more comfortable because they're gonna have places to spread out to put their things. So the next time I turn the camera on, it'll be with lots of kids here, and we'll be getting all sugared up and having fun.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe, and I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. The snow is falling down and the storm is on its way, but as long as you're around, everything will be okay. 'Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself, in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Another year went by, but the difference this time is that ever since July, I've been happier than I have ever been. It's safe to say that my love for you is true. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself, in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this peek at our gingerbread house making party. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Click subscribe if you are not already, and you can check out the holiday playlist. I've linked everything down below in the video description. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.